Good evening, Malaysia. Salam sejahtera, Malaysia. Welcome back to the Healthy Rojak Show, our final episode for the season. Thank you for being with us all this time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening to all of you. For those of you who are on your way home, if you all are watching me on, behind on the Grab or in the train, nice meeting you. Do let us know where you're watching us from. It'll be nice to know where you're watching us from. Hi, hi, hi. Hello, hello. Let me know where you're coming to us from. It'd be nice to know how things have been with you. Yeah, so a lot has happened. A lot is happening. We're gonna go into the new month. So Edlina Alexander says she's watching us from Cyberjaya. Hello. I hope all is well with you, Edlina. Hi, hi, hi. So we've got a lot of things happening in and around us. I hope all of you are well. I hope all of you have been doing well, and just looking forward to the future. Being hopeful. Hope is good. Hope never disappoints. PLD is from hi, hello, hello. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Yeah, so let me know where y'all are watching me from. It'll be good to know. So we have a very interesting show today. Very interesting in the sense that it's about mental health and fitness. I just want to give y'all a brief understanding of what the Healthy Rojak Show is. It's basically about health and wellness. I cover 4 pillars, and I call them 4 pillars. The 4 pillars are the human body, food and nutrition, mental and emotional well-being, fitness and physical well-being. I see this as looking at health and wellness in a holistic and wholesome approach, an inside-out view. And the core values of all this is faith, hope, and love. You got to believe, you got to have faith in yourself that you can. And I believe in every one of you, Malaysia. I believe in Malaysia. I believe that we can overcome wherever and whatever we are doing. You got to be hopeful. Hope never disappoints. And you got to do it with love. Love is very important. And today, we are very privileged to have with us Miss Sarah from Sakina Medicare and Nirosh Nathan from MoveX Health, who were with us previously on our shows as well. And let's welcome them, Sarah and Nirosh. Hello,
Hi,
hello.
Edwin. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, guys.
How are you?
I am
able
good,
to
So-
hear us
Chairman.
well?
How is it?
I'm good. Oh, we've got quite a number of people here. This is Amita. She's from India. Wow, moved to Malaysia
wow.
recently in Petaling Jaya. Nice.
Hi,
Welcome
Amita.
to our show.
Welcome.
To our show, Amita. Thank you. Share, like, share, and follow. We've got Nick D, First Garden Ipoh. Hi, hello, Nick.
Nice. We have
From
from
Toronto,
Ipoh.
yeah.
Mercy William from KL. Hello. Shazwin. Hi, Shazwin. Nice to have
Hi,
you on the show
Shazwin.
as well. Hello.
Oh, I have a couple of people coming in right now.
Yeah. Nice. We've got pretty good engagement today. So how have you guys been? How's the weeks since I met y'all on the show? How's life been?
Yeah, it's basically it's the end of the June. Quite excited
Right.
to close these topics with wonderful people over here.
Cool. Nice. So maybe what we can do, Sarah, maybe you could share a little bit about your self, just to recap for the audience of where you're from and what you do.
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
So, but before we do, I just want to kind of get to know the audience a bit more here. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Right. So, if it's your first time coming here, I would like to see. You can press in the chat box 111. I want to see if it's your first time coming in here, joining us.
Nice.
Healthy Rojak. Yeah. But if it's your second time or the third time or possibly the fourth time,
or the many
need
other times.
or the many other times. Yeah, I need to type in the chat box 222. Let's see how how many people are in right now. So we
Yeah,
want to see
come
how
on.
often they've been engaging, so we have a rough
Right.
idea, right?
True. Nice. Come
Okay,
on,
let's
Malaysia,
see.
you can do this.
I sense that some might be the first time.
Yeah, I think Amita is first time. Nick D, yeah, Shazwin.
Okay, Adelina,
This is
that's
the
been
bird of
here
the show.
since the first of the show.
Yeah.
So she's been
Nice.
a one loyal fan, yeah? She's been one loyal
Yeah.
fan. Okay, that's
Mercy
very
Williams
nice.
is too. Nice.
Mercy William too. Nice. Okay, so it's second time. Okay, how about others? They're still
Nice. Come
thinking. I
on.
think
Yeah.
they're still thinking.
First live. Thank you,
Yes.
Shazwin. Welcome.
Shazin said first live. Well, welcome.
Yeah. Nice.
All right.
Well done.
All right. Nice. Okay, great. So we see there's a mixed audience here. We have some that is the first time, yeah, and some
Yeah.
that have come to before. So
First
as
live.
Adu
Well
mentioned,
done.
yeah. So as Adu mentioned that the most of the topics that we share is more towards wellness and kind of sharing about whether it's about health, physical health, fitness, or mental health, right? Or nutrition as well as other areas. So for myself, you can call me Sarah. I'm one of the clinical psychologists. And so what I do is I work in both fields, in the clinical and the corporate setting, mainly in terms of, giving wellness talks or giving psychological consultations or assessments. That's kind of the role that I'm in, basically. Yeah.
Nice.
So I think that's pretty much that they need to know about me for now.
Cool.
And then maybe
Nice.
I pass the floor to Nirosh to introduce
Right.
yourself, perhaps.
It's Nirosh. Come on, bro. Let us know who you are and where you're from.
Oh, sorry, Nirosh. I think we can't hear you
Can't
quite
hear
well.
you.
It's just now was very good opening, Sarah. I can see all the audience in. Good. Can you guys hear me?
Okay, now we can hear you,
Yes.
Nirosh.
Now we can hear
can
you.
hear
Say it. How about guys?
Okay.
Yes. No, I was
kind
just
of lagging a bit, but I
telling
think
Sarah just now because Sarah was just being. That's great. Can you guys hear me now? Everyone is good?
Yes, we can.
Yes, now we can. Nirosh.
Okay, great. Guys, no, I just don't want to take it much time because Sarah have just given a very good welcome to everyone. Thanks a lot, Sarah. and just to introduce a short introduction about me. I'm your trainer, Nirosh Nathan, your guider, your motivator, and kind of like guiding you in your day-to-day of lifestyle. But mostly, I'm a lifestyle fitness coach and also master functional trainer, where we are exactly looking and training people to lose weight and build a healthy lifestyle through a hybrid kind of training modules. This is the main things I think so at the moment you guys want to know from me, but there are a lot of tips and information waiting for you guys. Stay tuned.
Yeah, guys, stay tuned. We've got good stuff coming up for you. Do excuse the technicalities today. I think we all know. I mean, if you use Maxis, well, you know you're gonna have some technicalities where data is concerned, and there's been a few hiccups even earlier before the show. So we tried to mitigate it, but just bear with us. Thank you very much for being on the show. Yasmin says hi, Sarah. She says
hi, Yasmin.
Hi, Nirosh. Hi.
Hi, Yasmin.
Cool. So just to move on, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a recap on mental well-being and fitness. So Sarah's going to give us a recap on from our previous show, just to give us the high level view of what mental health is, and we will take it on with Nirosh following Sarah. Sarah,
cool.
Thank you.
All right, I take it away then.
Yeah, take it away.
Right. So So as Edwin mentioned, I'll just kind of recap very, roughly about what we covered before this in terms of our FB Live about the mental health, right? So if you go back, if you missed that one, you can go back and check out the full version, right? But what we covered in a nutshell was about understanding what is mental health, right? Because there is a lot of taboo, there is a lot of misconception when we talk about mental health, right? Some people feel that it's only for a specific type of people, or it's only for those that have weak mindset, etc., etc. Where in the reality is that that's not the case at all, right? We just as how we all have physical health, we all have mental health, right? But it's just a question of whether do we have a good state of our mental health, or is it may not be in a good state, right? So that's the question. So what we talked about was understanding that aspect of what does the mental health entails, what does it consist of, and we mentioned that it consists of your emotional aspect, or your what the thoughts that you keep thinking, the emotions that you often experience, and how you deal with people around you or those around you. That's one aspect. The second is understanding that one of the common causes to what we say, poor mental health is stress. Yeah, like I said, stress is unavoidable. It's unavoidable, right? There are things that will make us feel stressful, whether it's the small things or whether it's the big things, right? Sometimes you might get stressed when you're stuck in traffic jam, right? That could just ruin your day, right? Or for some people, it could just be they might be in a good mood, but then someone just might just irritate them on that day, right? There's a lot of factors that comes to play. So we discussed on the factors that could contribute to your stress, and the key here is knowing how to manage your stress, right? Because when your stress is not managed, as Edwin mentioned before this, we do crazy things, right? We really do crazy things, right? And some it could be within our control, and some it's just that's how we've coped with it, right? But again, we have to look whether it's the health of is it helping us feel stress, or is it making us feel worse about ourselves or those around us, right? So we touched upon what apart from that, what are the things that you can practically do to deal with that stress. So one of the ways that we mentioned was deep breathing. So practicing deep breathing. How do you practice the deep breathing, right? That's one aspect. We also mentioned about visualization. For some people, they need to do a lot of visualization that helps them to keep calm, right? For other people, they need more of a timeout. Sometimes you just need to just have your own space, just get away from everything, close your laptop, get away from your phone, just drop everything out and just have your own corner, right? I just need a peace of mind, right? And it's okay if you need to have that sometimes, right? I mean, I think right now with the pandemic, post-pandemic, the schedule is like it's never ending, right? You might be working from the morning until midnight, and it's just on repeat, right? And you have to tell yourself, and when your body or when you're not feeling that you're not getting enough rest, or you just feel that it's just getting a bit too overwhelming, right? And when you start to feel that it's overwhelming, or you start to feel that the stress is just getting too much for you, that's when you know that, okay, I need to take a break. And it's okay if you need to take that break. Yeah. So these are just some of the ways that we mentioned before this, as well as also signs, right? How do you know when your mental health is not in a good state? So those are kind of some of the, I would say, in a summary, things that we've discussed during the FB Live. Right. So if you'd like to know more, please, you can check out the previous Facebook Live to get to know more about, the details there. But yeah, that's just pretty much the recap of it. And I think that's pretty much it for my side for the summary.
Nice. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. So yeah, I mean, the video is still on YouTube. You on Facebook, you can catch it there. I hope you would take some time and go watch that video. It's very informative, and I hope it would be very helpful. Yeah. So now from our mind, we gotta move. So to move, Nirosh is gonna give us a short summary of a recap of what we spoke about in our previous show. Yeah, Nirosh. I can't hear you.
I think I can already hear you, Nirosh.
Yeah, can't hear Nirosh. Yeah.
Oh, I think there might be some technical problem.
Here we go. Thanks a lot, guys, for still remaining over here and looking forward to get a lot of information from her. Yeah. over here. Okay, how about now?
Yes.
Okay, now yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
Is it good?
I mean, if the
Okay, I think
audience
I
could
have to
just
take
let
some
us
time.
know
Yeah.
if you can hear Nirosh.
Yeah, can
Could we
everyone
get the
hear
audience?
Nirosh? Yeah,
I
maybe we
mean,
can see from the audience side. If you can hear
yeah.
Nirosh, perhaps you can type in the chat box yes. If you can't hear him, you can type as no.
Yeah.
Nili says video is poor, but audio seems okay. So yeah, maybe they can hear.
Yeah,
I guess.
you're right.
Mhm. Okay, so
That's
I
good.
Yeah,
guess
Can
we
you guys
take it
hear me
as
still?
yeah. Okay, we can hear you.
okay. Yeah, now it's much better.
Okay, great. Oh, really sorry. Yeah, it's technical issue. Yeah, just hope for the best. Yeah, good. Yes, I'm
That's
sure
right. It
to
happens.
the audience who have come for the first. Good. I'm sure to the audience who come for the first fitness introduction beginners talk, definitely you guys understand the way or the lifestyle actions or kind of like a small steps in the day-to-day of lifestyle. But I'm sure that so many people have understanding towards daily lifestyle, daily exercise routine into your day-to-day of journey. But before moving further, I always say to my audience, I say lifestyle changing is always one of the best things that you have a power in your hand. Your energy, your circulation, and your mindfulness can be controlled through a day-to-day activities. But by saying this, it always comes to the end of what every individuals really require for a fitness journey. As
Yeah.
also when we recap the previous talk on the fitness, we talk about three major components on side of fitness, where we talk about health in daily lifestyle, and finally we talk about your posture in your daily lifestyle, and finally we're talking about exercise that need most into your day-to-day routine. When we're talking about health in your daily lifestyle, people are telling that I don't have much time. I'm always stuck in my office. I have to do my job for 9 hours and I'm sitting. But there is a way to track down your steps. It's always the number one option that you can bring it up. Or else you can always looking into what kind of meals that I'm eating by taking your own pictures to understand or to be aware about what is really going into your body. It also can becomes into a healthy journey of your body. But coming into a posture routine, a lot of people want to do an exercise, scoliosis, they have a back related problems, but these kind of issues lead them to a worsen and lower when you get older, and it's make you get into a lot of medical related things when the time goes. Components such as walking. What walking will help you? What swimming can do for you, what a simple exercise in a daily like a push-up or squat can do for you. All these major things can a cycle of your life journey which create a fitness as your basement. And from
Right.
there, you add on one by one things, you get energized, you get stronger, you get productive, and you get more and more and more. And I'm sure you guys are more excited about all this knowledge, but I want to share more while you guys wait over there. Cool? And I'll see you guys soon more.
Cool. Thank you, Nirosh. Thank you, Nirosh. Yeah, I mean, so that's basically what we covered in our previous shows. The videos of Nirosh and our conversation is also still up on Facebook and YouTube. Feel free to get onto our platforms, like and follow, because there's a lot of good stuff coming up soon. Lots of good information and materials that we are going to share into that platform, into those platforms for you, because we believe that health and wellness is something you don't have to ask anyone's permission. It is totally your choice. You can make that decision to decide, I want to be healthy, I want to be well balanced, I want to be clear in everything that I do. And the best way to start is yourself, because you are the boss of you. You, and you take that small steps, and basically that's what we kind of covered basically on both the shows as well. It's about taking that little steps. Now, to move on, what we're going to discuss is how what is the connection? We want to know what is the connection between mental well-being and fitness. So we're gonna ask the experts here. Sarah, maybe you can start by sharing on the mental well-being part. How does that affect fitness, or vice
Right.
versa later?
Right. It's
Yeah,
a very good question, actually,
yeah,
because some people have this idea that, I don't have to go to the gym. I don't have to take care of myself sometimes, and I can still be happy. Like, what's wrong with it, right?
true.
There's nothing wrong with it. But of course, in the longer duration, right, if you don't work out, or if you don't do small, I mean, when we talk about physical exercise, it doesn't have to be always heavy, right? Sometimes it can just be very something small, but it's very consistent. Maybe just having your morning walk and things of that sort, right? But it's physically doing something physically to move your body. That's the focus when we're talking about fitness, right, Nirosh? He's the expert there.
Yeah.
So I'll have to ask him.
Yeah, agree.
Right, but yeah, so but some people feel that, if I feel like it, I'll do it. If I don't feel like it, I won't really want to do that, right? And this is a common thing that a lot of people feel, right? But when we talk about mental health, how is fitness, or how is, physical health, engaging in physical exercise, how important is it, in terms of maintaining your mental health, right? And studies have shown that those who engage in physical exercise, meaning that those who actively work out, or who actively, engage in some sort of physical exercise, whether it's yoga, whether it's, kickboxing, or whether it's just going to the gym, right? Anything that is a physical exercise, they found that most of the time they found that it's associated with what we say, stronger emotional well-being, meaning it's stronger mental health, right? A better health state, right? At the same time, the emotional well-being is much more regulated, meaning that even though when they are being triggered, so we are humans, we will be triggered. So when, let's say, if you're getting angry, or if you're getting sad, right, you're being triggered, but it's easier for you to process those emotions. So it's not as difficult
Right.
as it would be as for those who are not as active. Yeah, these are studies that have, tested and shown and seen, well, what's the difference between those who are active and those who are not active in terms of the lifestyle, right? And they found that there was a key difference. Those who are not so active, those do not engage in physical exercise, they found that they tend to have, for example, a lot of anxiety. They tend to feel a lot of, the low mood. Sometimes they have that lack of motivation, right? And that can be purely from the physical aspect. Now, of course,
Okay.
keeping that in mind, it's not just physical health. There are other external factors or internal factors that could contribute to, your mental health, right?
Right.
But when we talk about the fitness itself, these are just one of the aspects that how it's
Ah,
connected, right? So
okay.
from there, we can see that there is a link. Definitely, there is a link between our physical health and our mental health. Um, I obviously, from what I just shared, is, if you engage more into exercise or any physical health, you find that your mental health is in a much better state, right?
Right.
But the question is, I think this is something that a lot of people experience, that we know deep down that, exercise is good. We know it's
Yeah.
good for us, but we just can't get ourselves to do it, right?
I,
So
I guess if you want to know what to do, just hang in there, and we'll come right back to that aspect of how to do. Um,
yes,
yeah,
I'm gonna ask
yeah,
Nirosh, why is it that we're so stuck in this? We know it's good for us, right? But
yeah.
it's hard for us to,
R-
just
Right.
have that routine, to be consistent with it, right?
Precisely, precisely. So Nirosh, I mean, like what Sarah said, that there is an element of mental health where movement is concerned. I mean, you being a trainer, I'm sure you have come across lots of clients, or people within your discipline and the nature of what you do, who have experienced this, and they would have shared with you. What's your take on the connection?
Okay, that's really good. Sarah, thanks a lot once again to open up such a beautiful questions over here. This made me like allow my professional sharings to be more awesome.
No
Cool.
worries, no worries.
Okay, before further down, I just want to make sure if there's any questions to audience while as a professional we are sharing the information over here, please type it down over here. We are happy to answer all your questions, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
Cool. And moving forward, I just want to open up based on Edwin questions. There was a recent research out by the National Institute of Research Department. They tell that there's always a connection between mind and gut. Yes, it's true. But
Sorry, Nirosh, I think you're breaking up a little.
the end of the research outcome with 20,000 people with a different age group from 20 to all the way until 50, the mention a lot of people have day-to-day of stress. Yeah.
I think it's like lagging a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, how is it?
It's
Is
like
it
you.
okay now, guys?
Sorry,
Hi.
Nero.
I mean, from our audience, we're having technical issues, but if y'all could just let us know if y'all can hear us clearly.
Yeah, we got it. Can you hear me, guys?
Mohammad Mushrif says he is happy, and
He's
that's a good
happy.
thing.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. I hope y'all can. Are we coming to you clearly? I mean, can y'all hear us clearly?
Yeah, if you can hear us clearly, you can just type in the chat box. That
Clear.
maybe you can type yes,
Yeah.
you can hear us.
Yes.
If it's not quite clear, maybe you can just
us
just
know.
type
Yeah.
unclear or no.
We just want to know.
Yeah. Let's just see from we'll
Yeah.
just see from the audience.
It's lagging.
Okay, Pushma is saying
Sundara
it's
says
lagging.
lagging.
Okay, it's lagging. All right. How about
Okay.
others?
It's lagging.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess maybe different platforms we are coming out differently.
Right.
Yeah. My apologies. This is beyond me, but yeah, I hope we will try to mitigate it as much as we can. Maybe Neeraj, if you could just recap what you were saying earlier. Yeah. Yeah, I think you can do it now. Yeah.
Okay, that's great, guys. Cool. Finally, I got a time to share with you guys. Great. Okay. Now, what I was mentioning earlier is, yes, mental health. What Shara was mentioning to just now, it was very clear to the point that movement is also going to help a lot of people. Good. But I want to share with you guys something more deeper, where there is a recent research out by a National Institute of Research Department. They was conducted with the 20,000 people with the age range of 20 to all the way until 50, where they're talking about what is the benefit of people by doing exercise, or people taking into a diet, or people just by going through daily stress. By going through this, 68% of outcome of the survey, people tell that movement really helps us in their day-to-day of journey, such as the movements can be a walking, the movements can be a jogging, movements can be a swimming, movements can be a quick 5 to 10 minutes of workout, movements can be a meditation, something that can be done through into your day-to-day of lifestyle, where it can be improve your steps into a journey progress. But also the major things that this is the way outcome is, most of the people, they're not even not want to know deeper about what I may like to do it. And then there was the outcome of the research. They conduct what is your hobby, and then what kind of problems that you're having into your current mental health. And most of the people, this age group, they're working in a corporate company, and they mention as, I have so much of work daily, I have stress, I have a bit of depression, that I cannot spend my time with my relationship and all these things. Then there will be an outcome that let's go for a 20 minutes of daily walking with a combination of 10 sit-ups and 10 push-ups. And the outcome of that 20 people that did the survey, they say, I feel so good. Even though there's a 20 minutes, it's really make me sweat. The sweat make me feel like my metabolism, my insulin level is kind of like spike up. I feel like I'm happy to start my day. I'm happy to ready for my next sessions. These awake people that tell that mental health is always in a good stage. If you want to make your mental health to better journey, simple movements that need by your side is very important. And movements can be in a many range, a beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Even though a 20 minutes movement is a basic requirement for every single individual to start to do something. And the final research of outcome of this, they mentioned that if people going through and difficult problems, like currently they have a depression, anxiety, stress, or any kind of issues with the mental health, the only steps they need to take to move further is start to by walking. And the steps, goals in their mindset, but how they're going to be achieved. Definitely, these people, they need to get some motivationals, but they also must have a clear number in their mind. Like, why I want to start this? Am I want to improve my heart? Am I want to improve my productivity in day-to-day of my lifestyle? Am I want to increase my circulation in my body? Or am I want to reach my weight loss journey? Something like that. But I believe there's always a connection between our mind and gut, but to move this further, your movements will help. That's why changing your lifestyle towards a betterment of health, exercise, and lifestyle is the most important thing as from my perspective. What do you think, Sarah?
Yeah.
Agree with you on that, Nirosh. Beautifully said.
Yeah. So we
I think Nirosh mentioned something. Sorry, Edwin, he mentioned,
no. Go ahead. What were you saying, Sarah?
I think he mentioned, that
Yes.
the exercise itself.
There was a question.
Sorry, Nirosh?
Sorry. Yeah, I think it's can't hear Nirosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Sarah, please go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. This is a quick one. So basically,
no worries. Yeah.
He mentioned a very good point that, like, you find yourself that when you're actually, engaged in exercise, you find that, from even the studies show that, you feel happier, or you feel excited, you feel more motivated. And one of the reasons is that because when you are engaging in a physical exercise, be it just a small, just a 10-minute walk, or just walking, a simple brisk walking, right? What happens is that your body is producing a certain hormones. So what we say, it produces endorphins and dopamine. So those hormones are the hormones that helps you to feel good. So that moment when you feel like happy when you're playing games, when when you're going out for a day and things of that sort, that feeling that you get, right? That hormones is the hormones that comes out when you are actually exercising. So that's why you experience this, right? And for other people, when they are stressed, right, they find that when they exercise, it helps them to feel better, right? Because that's how they feel at ease because of that, of that hormones. That's why, especially for those that tend to work out very regularly, if they might do like a very intense, 40 minutes workout, but despite that, of that, what we say, the sweat and the pain, right? At the end of it, they feel like that was a great workout. They were like, I'm pumped. I feel excited. I achieved the goal that I set out to do this tonight, right? And that's part of that, actually, the hormones that you're actually that releasing, right? But at the same time, it's not only that, but it actually helps in other aspects as well. So you'll notice that you have better sleep much better. You find that your sleep quality has improved. Especially for those that struggle with, insomnia or sleep difficulty, sleep quality, things of that sort, right? Or anxiety, you find that the level of it is much more reduced because of that. Yeah.
I think Nirosh is frozen. Is Nirosh there? Oh, he's there. Okay.
I think he's still here. I can hear his audio.
Yeah,
but I think the video is a bit lagging.
Yeah,
only the video is lagging.
I just want to pick on sleep. Sleep is very important. It's not just important. It is vital, actually, for our well-being, whether it be mental well-being or our physical well-being. Because when we sleep, we rest. Our body is at rest. Where physical well-being is, recovery happens.
Right.
What in both your areas, what do you say where Malaysia is where sleep is concerned, if you don't mind?
This is very
Oh, wow.
important question. I'm happy to.
No, I
We're
mean,
not getting enough sleep for some people.
right. No, I mean, because people go to bed, but
Yeah.
we're talking about the quality of sleep, right? What's it called? A deep sleep, right?
Deep sleep,
Rams,
yes,
you mean?
yes.
Or REM,
So yeah,
right?
REMs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to just take a detour a little bit because you mentioned sleep, and I think sleep is very
Yeah.
pivotal to our
Yes.
well-being. Yeah.
Yes,
So
very
maybe
true.
you can share your thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, very true. Nirosh, you wanna start or
Yeah, we go. That's really a good question. That's why I mentioned to Edwin. But my video is a bit hang, but I think
Oh
my voice is very clear.
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let me go with this. The audience, if you want to see me, I don't know how I'm going to show, but it's okay.
It's okay, they can hear you, Nirosh.
Yeah, we can hear
So I think
you.
that's good. We're all
Yeah.
good.
In terms, okay, come back to the Edwin's question. The sleep, the quality. I would say the power of humans is lies in sleep.
Right.
Good, very simple things. But I'm also a lot of like the audience or Sarah or Edwin, you guys understand about the circadian rhythm, the cycle that we are living in the world. It plays the biggest role in our day-to-day of recovery. Yes, if you see, there's a lot of misconceptions in the people mind. One of the major thing is people look for higher achiever people, like for example, let's say Mark Zuckerberg or Alibaba or something like that. But the thing is, everyone have their own rhythm. But
Yeah.
what you're going through it in your day-to-day lifestyle, the pressure that you're going through it, the amount of sleep that you require in day-to-day life, it's determined how powerful that your action is going to be on the next day. It can be to your work, it can be on your exercise, it can be on your food planning, it can be comes from your relationship. Every angle of your lifestyle require a quality of sleep. And if you see, there is a recent research come out from the sleep cycle. Asia is standing the lowest in the sleep quality.
That's true. That's very
Yes.
true.
Wow.
And
Asia.
what's happening is people tend to put a lot of pressure in day-to-day lifestyle. And one of the biggest issue is it's not about we don't have time to sleep. It's people are not really understanding the time of quality of sleep. People think that I will sleep 7 hours, I will sleep of 8 hours, I will sleep about 5 hours. That sleep is enough for me. But then why you are very tired on the next day? Because the sleep time that above than 10 or above than 11, it's something that unbalanced happening. The world is rotating and circling is going on. If your body is not into the bed in the proper time, your recovery, which we are talking about, the REM quality sleep, it's not going to be in a proper position. When it's not into a proper position, the next morning when you wake up, you will still feel like, I need 3 glasses of coffee to begin my day. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
this is exactly happening, right? And
Right.
you're not focusing on your task that you prepare and plan. That means
Yeah.
Right.
every single body works with the circadian rhythm. Also, at the same point, you have to make sure consistent with your sleep. If your sleep
Okay.
routine is good and balanced, all your tasks and planning that you're doing, it's going to be good as well. And the final information that I want to give to you guys, after 10 o'clock,
Yeah.
avoid digital device. It's one of the major important things. If you hold it, you use it, your eyes is going to be dry. When your eyes is going to dry, you may feel tired, but your body is not going to be sleep. Okay,
Right.
your eye movements is going to be high where your brain active is too high. When this is high, you start to think too much. When you start to think too much, your brain, you're not going to sleep. And we're not going to sleep. What is going to happen on the next day? You're not going to perform well. When you're not perform well, people will say, "Oh, you are lazy lah, or you're
I
tired lah, or you're not moving your body," because you preparing yourself what you're going to be looks like tomorrow. This is my opinion towards the sleep.
Right. I mean, I must say I'm sometimes guilty of that too. I think most of us are.
I
Due
myself
to
included sometimes.
yeah. I mean, nobody is perfect, but
Yes.
but we got to. There is beauty in imperfection, so don't forget that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is we know we have to do, and many a times um, the choice of how or the decision to decide to do is the most challenging thing. But if you take it by faith, I believe you will achieve. Sorry, Sarah. Your take on sleep. Yeah,
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 no, it's fine, it's
yeah.
fine. You made a good point there. You made a good point there. And yeah, and also Nirosh, he shared a lot of good important points there. He mentioned about circadian rhythm, and so for those who might not be familiar with it, what it is just a biological clock that's in your body. So each of us has this biological clock where that basically dictate your sleeping pattern. Yeah, for some people, their sleeping pattern is that you wake up by 6 a.m. Your body just wakes up, right? For some people, 4 a.m. your body just automatically wakes up, and then by 10 p.m. your body would have that kind of indication that you have to go to sleep, right? So that's what we call the biological clock. Every one of us have that, and that's what Nirosh is referring to. That you have that body, that biological clock in your body, right?
Right.
But like what Edwin mentioned was that in Asia itself, how is our sleep quality, right? So a lot of especially in Malaysia, a lot of us do have sleep, but the question is, the sleep quality, is it good sleep quality? And most of the time we find, not just from studies, even for those who are, especially those who are working, whether it's in the medical field, whether it's in the clinical field, or in the corporate field, or other fields, the high stress, or I would say the high workload, and the working timings, right? Most of the time, those are the main factors that are contributing to poor quality of sleep, right? Because we have to consider that there are people that are working 2 jobs at once, right? There are juggling with 3 jobs, trying to survive for the family, for personal stuff, whatnot, right? And sometimes you're going to have to make certain sacrifice, and for some people that's where the sleep comes in, right? And because of that, their sleep quality are affected, right? So there are a lot of factors that we have to keep in mind. It could be from the external aspect, financially, right? Or it could be that other people do have that complete 10 hours of sleep or 7 hours of sleep, but they just don't have that quality. And it goes back to the question, why are you not having that quality of sleep? Is it because of stress? Are you feeling stressed and that's causing you to have this sudden wake up in between the nights, right? Or is it more of you're not having consistent, what we call sleep hygiene, you're not having consistent sleeping routine, right? So that could also be one of the factors that contributing to why you're not having good sleep. That could be one, right? For other people, it could just be other things that they just family commitments. I have to sacrifice in order for us to survive. So it's about surviving at this point, right? So there's a lot of factors that we have to kind of key in here.
Right. Totally. I mean, we all have to make those choices at times.
Agreed.
And
Yes.
and the one thing that we normally would be the first thing we would think of sacrificing would be sleep, because we think 24 hours is not enough for me. I need 26, 28 hours in a day. Why is time flying so fast? But that's reality. Some people have the ability to manage their time, and some are not in a position to manage their time due to circumstances around them. But where we are coming from is you could re-look at whatever that you're doing, because you need the balance in life. So sleep is important as you moving and your mental well-being. So maybe you could do you could try to see, take a look at your daily schedule and see how you can manage the time. I believe where this I mean, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but you know what's important for you, and if you sleep well, and then you exercise, your mental health becomes better. Things become clearer for you.
That's true.
Yeah.
For those
So
that just to add in a point there,
Sure.
Edwin, for those who might be having a sleep, struggling with sleep, or having trouble with the sleep quality, just certain tips that you can try, for a startup, right? If you just want to try it out, is just try to what we call try to maintain a sleep routine or sleep hygiene, right? What that means is simply you can start off trying to set a realistic timing where you know that, for example, what timing or the hours that you need. For example, if you need 7 hours of sleep, so you will tell yourself, okay, that means I have to sleep at 10 p.m. and I have to wake up at 6 a.m., for example. So that means you have to wake up at 6 a.m. and you have to sleep at 10 p.m., right? So how you can start is by actually trying to keep that same wake up and sleeping timing. So you try to be consistent with that timing. So from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, try to be consistent with that. It seems very simple, but actually that in of itself already will help your body to how do I say, adjust
Recalibrate.
itself. Yes,
Right.
yes, so that you have proper sleep, right? Because a lot of times some of us might be sleeping like 10 p.m. on Monday, the next day is like at midnight, right? And
You're
it goes on.
guilty.
Right. And it
Yeah.
just changed, right? And for
Mhm.
us, we don't feel it, but our body feels that. And what happens is
Right.
that and it affects that whole night routine. So that's one. The second is that what Nirosh mentioned earlier was that before, at
Yeah.
least 2 hours or 3 hours before going to bed. I know it's a bit tricky, especially if you have your phone with you, right?
Yeah.
At least if you cannot go for 3 hours, at least 1 to 2 hours before going to bed, try to avoid
Right.
any form of screen time. So whether it's from your laptop,
Yeah.
whether it's from your phone, right? Because these are what we call, they have the
Blue light.
the blue rays, yeah, the blue
Yeah.
light rays,
Blue light. Yeah.
right? And what happens is that when you when we, for example, if I want to sleep like in 5 minutes and I expose myself to my phone, for example,
Yeah.
right, what happens is that it actually delays your sleeping hormones. So that means that by the time you sleep, that's why some people are still wide awake, in
Yeah.
bed, right? Because you're still exposed to that. So that means that
Right.
that's
Right.
it delays that naturally, and it takes you a longer time for you to actually get to sleep, right?
Right.
So
Right.
one of the ways you could do is just 1 to 2 hours, just set aside any form of screen time, just avoid for yourself, for your children, for your family, just avoid, right? If you feel
Yeah.
like it's hard for yourself, just put as a family rule, no one can use the phone after this
I've,
timing.
yeah. Yeah. There's a curfew on screen time after 10
Yes,
p.m. or something like that.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I
And
just want to, Edwin, I just want to
Yeah.
add one
Sure.
more thing here.
Sure.
Okay, sleep is what Sarah was mentioning. I totally agree over here. And
Yeah.
I just want to inform. Let's say, for example, when a person is working for 12 hours in a day, sometimes people in a
Right.
laptop for a very long time, right?
yeah,
Right.
But people mostly get tired on their mind because there's so much of thinking is going on. And
mm,
one thing immediately they think about is, I just need a bed. I just want to sleep, right?
mm,
Right.
What's
Right.
happening over here is, even though they are sleeping, but your body is not recovering. The brain is still functioning, just the body is lying down. The
Right.
three tips I want to give it to people who have these
Sure.
particular things. One, number
Yeah.
one, let's say if you guys work for very long time, a general recommendation for an individual is to just go out, wear a earphone or whatever that you like to hear, and go for 20 minutes, walk, just an easy walk, and go for outdoor nature or walk in the swimming pool, anything that you want to do it. But the maximum is you require 20 minutes.
that's
Right.
minutes.
You
Right.
come back, you get a good
Very good.
shower, good.
Mm,
And then when you enter to the room, your environment in the room must be really activate your mood of sleep.
mm,
Ah.
Your Celsius in your room, it's have to be somewhere around 20 to 22 Celsius in order you to get into a good range of sleep. Also, when you sleep, your posture comes into a main role, how that you are sleeping. Okay?
Right.
Then when you wake up in the morning, do not start your day immediately because you're rushing yourself, your body is not awake and ready. And
very
it's
true.
good to do at least a very simple stretching. If you guys can do a sun salutations or a toe touch or morning cobra stretchings, you are really helping your mother movements of your spine.
Right.
Without this, it's going to be very tight. Okay,
Mm,
just
Right.
want to suggest these three things on the top of what Sarah has mentioned. If you guys can do this, you will try the best sleep today.
Ah. Nice. Nice. Thanks for the tip,
yeah, that's
Nirosh.
a very nice
Yeah.
tip then,
That's
Yosh.
a good tip. There's a tip in here from Nick D. Walking
Indeed,
definitely reduces stress. Yeah. Yeah.
that's
That's true.
very true,
Really,
Nick.
really.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh. Yeah.
Again,
So.
before we move on, sorry, before we move on, there was a
Yeah.
question by
Oh,
Pushpam.
this one.
Yeah, Doraj, yes.
Yeah.
She was asking, does karate count as exercise? Yes.
Yes.
Every movement that you're doing physically involved, it's required 20 minutes the max or the more. You are basically focusing into reducing whatever goals that you're hitting. Like for example, karate is a mixed martial arts. okay, or specific
Right.
martial art movements, but you're using a movements of hands, legs, and every single coordination. Also, we call that a functional activation movements as well. And
Right.
yes, definitely it will be counts into exercise. Agree.
Right. 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 Cool. So, Pushpan Doraraj, I hope you've got your question answered there. Uh, so, we've spoken about we gave you a recap on what mental well-being is, what fitness is all about, what's the connection between mental well-being and fitness. Knowing it's important. I think what we've also discussed is sleep, which is very important. We know it's important, but we don't do we it's not
Yeah.
we don't do. Some of us don't have the ability to actually choose that. And just for an example, I mean, if you buy a car, you don't really keep the car in just parked there. It needs to be a balance. That the car needs to move, and it needs to also rest in the same way. You need to do that, and we know that we understand the importance of why we need to do exercise, why we need to have that sleep, why we need to take that me time kind of a thing and take rest. All that we know, but life is life, and a lot of us get lot of us have life happen to us. But where what I'm going to ask our experts now is if they can help us to understand. Maybe Nirosh,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
he could give us some simple practical routines that one can begin their journey. I know I asked you this the last time, but
Yes.
maybe there's something different from your last one that you gave us.
That's great, Henry. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure last time there was a question appear if my grandma somewhere around 60 years old, what she can do it, right? This kind
Right,
of
right. There
Oh,
was
that's
a
a very
question.
nice question.
Yeah, yeah. I
and
mean, she
then
was. I think. Yeah. This grandchild asked for the grandma or
exactly.
grandparent.
Oh, very
That's
Yeah,
really
sweet,
good.
grandpa.
yeah,
For the grandma. I really love
yeah,
her questions over there.
yeah.
Good. And the major things over here is there is many there's five major components.
Right,
People want to lose weight. People want to build their endurance. People want to build their
right,
strength. People want to build
right.
their endurance. People want to build their cardiovascular, which is the body weight movements. But
Correct.
the most important basic elements that the people need to start with is the answer is lie on their self. Why I'm mentioning that?
Right.
Every individuals require a certain journey of lifestyle, right?
Okay.
Maybe if I ask Sarah, maybe Sarah like to play netball, or Sarah like to go for walking. Sarah want to do gym, but she's 50-50, right?
Mm,
Right.
But she can always plan out, okay?
mm,
Yes, everyone is busy in the current journey, but our health comes into a number one component in our lifestyle. By
Right.
understanding this, 20 minutes is the very basic requirement that every individual have to go through it. That means
mm,
Sarah can exactly plan every single day what she like to do. Okay, let's say Sarah don't have any goals. Sarah want to make sure she stay active. She want to make sure she maintain her general fitness. Okay, let
Right.
me give you an
Right.
idea of
okay.
6 days plan. Okay,
Okay.
a general requirement for an individual is around 60 to 120 minutes a day. It's roughly somewhere around 2 to 3 days in a balance. Okay, if individual go for 30 minutes, but if an
Okay.
individual go with like at least 20 minutes each day, day number one they can start with 20 minutes of walking. Walking
Right.
can go with
Right.
the general endurance building, or also walking can go into improving your cardiovascular power. Good.
Okay.
Number
Right.
two, day number two, they can simply follow a full body stretchings, which can goes into a component of flexibility. Okay. Day
Mm,
Okay.
number three, they can basically walk inside a swimming pool. That also exercise in swimming pool, it's improve your resistance because you're fighting against the water movements, right? And
Right.
then day
Right.
number four, you can basically decide either this is my hobby. When I was young, I play netball, I play football. Why
mm,
not I just go and play something, you
Mm.
know? And then day number 5, hey, friend, why not we just go to a gym and we do some things together? Because when there's a group, the outcome is you are more productive, more motivated to do it. And then
Right.
day number 6, you feel, okay, I have achieved the 5 days goal. The day number 6, let me choose something that I love to do it. And what
Right.
I'm giving is a very general idea. At least 20 minutes, you can choose what you want to do it, but it's have to be a movements. And the movement that rely with 5 major components, which I mentioned once again: flexibility, your endurance, your cardiovascular, your strength, and your body component, or we can also move it up into a power exercise. If you
Okay.
choose your activities in this range, you will be more happy. You won't get boring, but you have so many things to plan and do it.
True. True. Nice. Nice. Yeah.
Nice, very,
Yeah.
very good tip, Daniel. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. I hope so.
I'm also in my head thinking I need to
Yeah.
reschedule some.
Yeah.
That means I have given a very good suggestion over here. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yes.
can be
Yes.
implemented right away.
Yeah. 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 True. True. Yeah. So, Sarah, what about you? What do you think? Now that we know we've got all these things that we can do,
Right.
how do we hack our mind to do it? I mean, like, what would we tell ourselves to do it, kind of a thing,
It looks like a
because
hacking system. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
I thought he's trying to find a secret, someone like a magic
yeah,
spell I can give,
but I believe there's no quick fix. There's no quick fix to anything in life,
Right.
but what can we do to start inside out approach?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's a very good point, Edwin. There is
yeah,
no. That's one thing I think. As humans, we want a quick fix. I think
right,
I mean, you look at it like fast food. Everything that's fast, yeah, you see the queue is very long, right?
correct,
Anything that requires time, preparation, that's the one that we try to avoid, right?
right,
But when it comes to things that's important to us, right? There is no
right,
quick fix. You have
right,
to invest time. You have to commit yourself to do it. Whether it's about whether it's about working out, whether it's about trying to achieve a certain goal, you have to commit to it, right? And what Nirosh mentioned earlier, it's like, for example, what he mentioned was setting yourself a routine so that you can stick to it each day, while yet making the activities enjoyable, so you don't feel that it's a burden or it's too heavy for yourself, right? Engaging in activities that make you feel happy, but doing the activities that you generally enjoy. As for the mind aspect, what I would say is that one is to don't overwhelm yourself, because there is this tendency for some people to plan a lot. Like they will plan everything, like, okay, like this has to be in this way, and everything's nice when you're planning it, right? But the important part is execution. So how
correct,
often do you execute that plan, right? You might have the best plan in the world, but if it's not being executed, it's not going to work out, right?
precisely,
So rather than focusing on the whole, I mean, the planning is good, but
yeah,
for those that want to get started, I would just say first, just start lightly. So one, just tell yourself, you know what, I'm just going to start small, right? Small steps. So for example, if you feel that you can do it 1 hour, like 2 hours of workout, that's great. If you feel that it's a bit too much, you can do 1 hour. If it's a bit too much still, you can tell yourself, okay, half an hour. It's still a lot,
right,
20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But if it's still a lot, even 50 minutes. I mean, of course, it's not ideal, but the point here is for you to start, right?
correct,
I always say that, and one of the issues that people have is starting, right? But once they get into that, once they start doing it, they're like, okay, it's not too bad. I got this rhythm. I know how it works, right?
yeah,
I actually like this, right?
that's
But
true,
to
that's true,
get yourself there requires that
right,
push, right? So
precisely,
whenever you feel
precisely,
that whenever you feel that you want to get start, when you want
yeah,
to do something but you feel a bit stuck, so just tell yourself, just go easy. Like, let's just try it out, right?
right,
So that's one way of
right,
telling yourself that. Some people, they use this technique of countdown. There are authors that use this, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So
right,
if they start to engage in what we call over planning or overthinking, right? When they start
okay,
to think, I have to do this, and there's like a whole bunch of to-do lists, then
right,
they just want to distract the mind. Then they will tell themselves 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then get up and then just do what they want to do, basically. For some people, it
oh,
helps. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, if those who are familiar with the, like, motivational speakers and um,
I don't know.
they,
I,
they
I
will be
just learned
familiar with this
that.
5 second rule. Yeah,
Right, right.
like for example, you wake up. Like for some people, let's say, if they want to work out in the morning. So
Right.
normally when they first wake up, they like to work out. But
Yeah.
sometimes when you wake up and then you start thinking, I have to do this, I have to do this, and there's like a whole bunch of things that you have to do, and you're just
Right.
in the bed for like 1 hour, right? But
Right.
nothing gets done. So
Right.
what happens that one of the tricks that that we recommend is, okay, just tell yourself, if the thought starts running
Yeah.
through again and again, just tell yourself 5 4 3 2 1. So you just get up and then just
Do.
walk. Just walk.
Exactly.
Like,
Right.
don't even think like I have to
Right.
wear this. No, just walk. So
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
It's
so
something
it's
like
very
Sarah, I
simple.
always mention it
Yeah.
myself.
Right.
Just do it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Just do it. Right?
Karuna here says maybe have a vision board to look at every day as motivation or encouragement, or put up the daily activities where you can see what you're gonna do today. Just an idea. I think
That's
that's very
very good.
true, right? I
That's
mean,
very good
you know,
suggestion.
we many a times we have all these ideas, but if you don't put it down on paper and you don't see it, it's not going to materialize. It's not going to
Exactly.
Yes.
become your reality.
And
So
also, I
with
want
Exactly.
to
your
add, yeah, I
yeah,
also want to add on one things to Karuna's
sure,
question. Karuna, that was a
sure,
very good idea, but I will say when we're planning, there's no execution. So, but we always say there's three roles over here:
right,
consistency, commitment, and dedication. These
right,
three
Yes.
relies into the plan that we're making. We can make a
right,
plan, but without a three role of this, we will
right,
always stay behind. We will think, okay, I will do it tomorrow. Okay, I will do it tomorrow. But
right.
execution with action is always the number one thing. But it
Totally
was
agree.
really a good idea. Thanks a lot, Karuna.
Right. Thank you,
Right,
Karina.
right. Cool, cool. So, Daniel Ashraf says, "Hi, Edwin, Sarah, and Irish.
Oh,
Hello,
Daniel,
Hi,
Daniel.
hi.
Daniel.
Welcome to the show." um, so we have come to the end of the show. We want to thank you for being with us. Thank you, Sarah and Nirosh.
Welcome,
I
everyone.
hope our
You're most
audience
welcome.
were I hope all of you took something with you today. Today, just to give you all an idea, is the last episode of this season. But we are going to come back. We're going to come back, and when we come back, just to give you an idea, we're going to have the community involved in the show. We're going to get real life stories of people who have overcome health challenges, or have are now in practice of a certain lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, and they are going to be on the show sharing their story with us, with our panel of experts as well. They will also be on the show with us, so it's going to be a more interactive show with the community moving forward. If any of you have a story, have a journey that you want to share, uh, hit me up on our social media, and maybe we can have a word with you, and you could, share your story on the show. And I'm sure our panelists would be very excited to hear your stories as well.
Yes,
Right, Sarah? I mean,
I
Nirosh,
Yeah.
I mean,
agree. Agree.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Throw them all
because
in.
yeah, because your stories would resonate with the community as well, and
Yeah.
where the panelists come is where they give you that science perspective of your practice. Everything that you do has a meaning to it. Everything that you achieve has it's a confidence building for you. So
Yeah.
we want to share the stories of the community to build and level up the community to start in the area of health and wellness. And I believe that your stories will matter, because you never know who you're going to help within your
Yeah.
story, within your journey. You could be that voice of inspiration, you could be that voice of encouragement, you could be that voice to help the person say, hey, if they can do it, I can do it, that kind
Yeah.
of a thing. So we want to encourage the community. Once again, we want to thank all of you for being part of the show, and being there, and every week, every fortnight, watching us. We want to thank you. uh Nirosh,
Yes.
your final message before we close the show tonight.
That's great. And first of all, I want to thanks to Edwin, because without Edwin, I've been not happy over here. And then the audience cannot who look into who is Niroj, what is MoveX is doing, and what exactly benefit towards their health and fitness into our day-to-day lifestyle. Also, Sarah have given a very good information to the people out there. Thanks a lot, guys, once again. And once again, like the final information that I want to share is, I always think and believe about changing lifestyle. It's all about individual needs and the goals that we're setting in our daily journey. Do not think about what others are talking. Do not think about what others are doing, because social media is one of the biggest present in nowadays. Don't think about what that person is doing and represent yourself by doing that. Knowing your capability, start small, as Sarah said, and with a gradual progression. If you need any professional support, reach the professionals and get them advice and find out what exactly you can do the best. And always believe and be confident in you by taking that action. Without this confident or believe in you, you're not going to be succeed into the journey that you're putting in. It same goes to every criteria in your life journey. But once again, believe in you, take an action, and execute with the 3 role: consistency, commitment, and your dedications. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, Nirosh.
Wow.
Sarah.
Nicely said, Nirosh.
Yeah.
Ended off really strongly. But yeah, I agree. I mean, of course, thank you so much, Edwin, and for the Healthy Roger. I think this is a great platform for us to have this discussion, and for those out there that would want to know how to improve their wellness or physical health or mental health, right? This is a great platform for us to talk about this and for them to gradually implement those tips. And I think Nirosh pretty much said what I would like, what I wanted to say. But yeah, I mean, my last advice would be, just go easy on yourself, right? Go easy on yourself and just focus on your progress. Like Nirosh mentioned, everyone's progress and results differs. It's not the same. My journey will be different from Edwin's journey, from Nirosh's journey, right? Our bodies is different, our lifestyle is different, and that's okay. But it's just taking it easy, going at your pace, at your level, and just focusing on your progress. If there is progress, there is growth. That's the key there.
All right. Thank you,
Great,
Sarah.
great, yes.
Thank you. So, we've got C. William who says very beneficial. Thanks, team.
Most welcome, Mercy.
Daniel says we're going to be part of his show. All right.
Oh, okay.
Looking forward to that, Daniel. All right.
Yeah.
Malaysia, I want to thank you for being with us on this journey. Healthy Rojak will be back soon. Keep it locked on our platforms. We are on YouTube, Facebook. So, we're going to come back, like I said, with more content, more people, and stories from Malaysians to Malaysia to build Malaysia's health and wellness. We believe that, anything is possible in life. Everything is possible. You just have to set your mind to it, and you got to believe it. Have faith. Let faith arise. Let hope arise. And remember, do all things in love, because love will never hurt and love will always give more than it takes. So, have a very good night and a great July ahead. I hope whatever that you have envisioned for July becomes your reality soon. Once again, Malaysia, good night. Thank you, Nirosh. Thank you, Sarah, for being on the show. And we will see you all very soon. Good night.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you so much. Good
Bye-bye.
night, everyone.
Good night. Bye-bye.